It started like any other tragedy. Quiet. Heavy. Final. Emily Carter was just 27 when they found her hanging from the ceiling fan in her one-bedroom apartment. The room was cold. The TV was still on. And beside her, a single note. 4 words. I'm sorry. Forgive me. The police ruled it a suicide. Quick. Clean. No foul play. But something about it didn't sit right with her sister, Lily. Emily wasn't the type. She laughed too loud. She danced in her kitchen. She made pancakes every Sunday. She texted Lily good night just hours before. And just like that, she was gone. Lily asked for the case file. They told her not to get her hopes up. People break, the detective said. Even happy ones. But Lily knew. Something was off. The first thing she noticed. Emily's phone wasn't in the apartment. Not on the table. Not in the drawers. Not even in the trash. Gone. And Emily was glued to that phone. Her whole life was in it. So why would she leave it? And then, the bruises. Light. Faint. But there. On her wrists. And one on her shoulder. Police called them self-inflicted. But Lily had studied nursing. Those marks. They didn't look self-inflicted. They looked like someone held her down. Still, the coroner's report said otherwise. No signs of a struggle. No drugs. No alcohol. Clean suicide. Case closed. But Lily refused to believe it. Until one night, she found the old diary. Tucked in the back of Emily's closet. Behind a box of high school yearbooks. It was leather-bound. Worn at the edges. The first page was dated January 5th, just 5 months before her death. And what Lily read changed everything. If anything happens to me, it wasn't an accident. Her hands shook. She read on. Emily had been seeing someone. Secretly. A man she only called R. He was older. Married. And dangerous. He told her not to tell anyone. Threatened to hurt himself if she left. Gaslight her. Controlled her. In her words, he makes me feel crazy. He watches me sleep. He reads my messages. I can't breathe anymore. Emily tried to leave. Twice. But R always came back. With flowers. With apologies. With threats. If I disappear, she wrote, look for him. Please. Lily's heart pounded. She flipped to the last page. The entry was dated 2 days before Emily died. He came again. He said I was his. He said if he can't have me, no one can. He took my phone. And then it ended. No goodbye. No warning. Just that. Lily went to the police. They barely looked at it. Could be fiction, they said. Women write all sorts of things. She left the station furious. Devastated. But not defeated. She took matters into her own hands. She went through Emily's friends. Co-workers. Neighbors. Nobody knew about R. Until one of her co-workers remembered Emily's office a few times. Tall. Once bald. Waited in the parking lot for hours. Expensive watch. Lily checked the building's security footage. The receptionist helped. There he was. Leaning against a black BMW. Wearing a gold ring. Zoom in. License plate, RNC 8842. Lily ran the plate through a private investigator she hired. It belonged to Richard Nolan Carter. Married. 48, CEO of a tech company. Emily's last name? Carter. Lily's stomach dropped. She dug deeper. Richard was their step-uncle. Married to their mother's sister. But Lily hadn't seen him in years. Not since she was a kid. She remembered Emily didn't like him. Would avoid family gatherings when he was around. Always said, he gives me the creeps. Now it made sense. Lily confronted her aunt. Showed her the diary. The aunt turned pale. Said Richard was moody lately. Said he'd disappear for hours. Said he came home the night Emily died. Wearing a black hoodie. Lily recorded the whole conversation. But it still wasn't enough. The police refused to reopen the case. So she went public. Posted on Reddit. Shared Emily's diary. Screenshots. Photos. The story blew up. Thousands of shares. Millions of views. Hashtag justice for Emily. And then. Something unexpected happened. Another woman came forward. Same man. Same pattern. He'd dated her in secret. Controlled her. Stalked her. Threatened her. She had voice recordings. Messages. Photos. Then another woman. And another. All tied to Richard. Finally, under pressure, the police reopened the case. They searched his house. Found Emily's phone. Hidden behind a false panel in the garage. Cracked screen. Battery removed. But the data? Still there. They recovered the last video Emily ever took. It showed her crying. Whispering. Saying, "He's outside. If I die, please know I didn't do this to myself." And just like that, everything changed. Richard was arrested. Charged with murder, obstruction, and stalking. His wife left him. His company dropped him. He lost everything. Lily stood at the courtroom steps. Tears in her eyes. Diary in her hand. She said, she screamed in silence. But I heard her. And now the world has too. The case shook the entire city. Started a movement. Women came forward with their own stories. Because Emily's wasn't the first. But she made sure she was the last. Or so they thought. Until last week, Lily got a letter. No return address. Just 5 words. You don't know everything yet. Inside was a photo. Emily. With a man. And it wasn't Richard. The photo didn't make sense. Emily, standing next to a man. Smiling. But not the fake kind. A real smile. Peaceful. Relaxed. Her eyes looked alive. The photo was dated 3 days before she died. Lily stared at the date again. Again. It didn't add up. Because according to the police, Emily was home alone that entire week. She had no visitors. No outings. No texts. But this photo said otherwise. And the man beside her? He wasn't Richard. He looked younger. Maybe early 30s. Sharp jaw. Faint tattoo on his neck. Wearing a denim jacket and holding her hand. Lily turned the photo over. There was a single letter written in blue pen. J, that was it. No message. No explanation. Just J. Her first thought was, another victim. Maybe someone else Emily had tried to help. But something didn't feel right. She looked again at Emily's face. This wasn't a woman under threat. This was a woman, in love. But how? Emily never mentioned anyone else. Not in the diary. Not in messages. Not even to Lily. Just R. The toxic one. The monster. So who was this J? Lily ran the photo through a facial recognition app. It took hours. It came up with a partial match. Jonathan Ellis. Arrested 3 years ago. Assault. But no photo in the system. No solid ID. A ghost. Lily posted the photo on Reddit. Who is this man? Please help. It went viral. Tens of thousands of shares. A woman from New Jersey'd met her. I knew him. He went by J. He was bad news. J. That's who Emily had been with. The woman shared screenshots. Texts from J. Creepy. Controlling. Almost copy-paste of what Richard used to say. Lily's chest tightened. Was Emily trapped by 2 men? Then a second DM came in. Your sister was in my support group. I think you should know the truth. Support group. Lily had never heard of one. The woman sent a Zoom link. It was for a private group called Shadows. A place for women escaping dangerous relationships. Emily had joined 2 months before her death. Fake name. Camera off. But her voice. The woman remembered it. She used to cry, she said. Said she was being watched. Said there were 2 of them. 2. Lily's hands went cold. Emily had always written about R. But there was a gap. 2 weeks of missing entries. Just blank pages. No updates. Lily flipped through the diary again. And there it was. A corner of one page had been ripped. She held it to the light. Faint ink bled through. One word. J. So it was true. Emily had escaped Richard. Only to fall into the hands of someone worse. But how? How did she meet him? That's when Lily remembered the clinic. Emily had gone in for a bruised rib 2 months before she died. Claimed she fell. But Lily knew better. She went to the clinic. Asked for security footage. Claimed she needed to confirm who picked Emily up. After hours of waiting, the footage loaded. There he was. Jay. Sitting in the waiting room. Wearing the same denim jacket. Tattoo on his neck. Looking straight into the camera. And behind him, Richard. Watching from a distance. Lily paused the screen. Her heart nearly stopped. They weren't strangers. They knew each other. The man who broke her sister, and the man who finished her, were working together. Lily felt sick. How long had this been going on? She called the detective. Told him everything. The photo. The video. The group. He sighed. Said they couldn't use Reddit DMs as evidence. Said the case was closed on Richard. Said Jay was not their problem right now. Lily hung up. Furious. How many times did they need to fail her sister? She turned back to the support group. They shared more. Voice recordings. Chat logs. Emily had said something chilling. They tag team. One breaks you. The other pretends to save you. It clicked. Richard was the predator. Jay was the bait. A twisted game. Find vulnerable women. Control them. Trap them. Silence them. Emily had figured it out. That's why she died. Not because of love. But because she saw too much. Lily knew what she had to do. She went back to the house. The old place where she and Emily grew up. Emily's childhood journals were in the attic. And inside one of them was a drawing. A house. A car. A tree. A man. And under it, Uncle Rich and his friend Jay. It wasn't new. It was old. Drawn when Emily was just 11. So this went back years. Emily had known them both. Since childhood. And nobody noticed. Nobody protected her. Lily's rage boiled. She took everything to the media. Again. The new footage. The drawings. The testimonies. She named Jay. Shared the tattoo. The support group backed her. This time, the pressure worked. An official investigation opened. Richard was brought back in. He cracked. Said Jay blackmailed him. Said he was forced into it. But Lily didn't believe it. He wasn't scared. He was proud. They were predators. They fed off pain. Jay was still out there. So Lily set a trap. She posed as someone new. Posted online. Said she was recently heartbroken. Lonely. It didn't take long. A DM. From someone named Jason E_27. Smooth talker. Supportive. Asked for her number. Then her location. Lily stalled. Played along. Sent everything to the police. But by the time they acted, he vanished. Disappeared. Gone. Another ghost. Until a woman in Texas messaged her. He's here. Different name. Same tattoo. Lily called the sheriff directly. They raided the house. He tried to run. But this time, he didn't get far. Jay was arrested. Found with 6 phones. 3 fake passports. And a journal. Full of names. Dozens of women. Some alive. Some missing. Some never found. Emily's name was first. Underlined. With one word next to it, awakened. Jay smiled in court. Didn't say a word. But Lily stared him down. Didn't blink. Didn't cry. She held up Emily's diary. Said, "You didn't silence her. You gave her a megaphone." The jury found him guilty. On all counts. Life. No parole. No escape. Lily walked out. Relieved. Exhausted. But something still felt unfinished. That night, she got a notification. An old file had synced from Emily's cloud account. One video. Dated the night before she died. It was Emily. In her car. Whispering. "I found the others. I have names. I have proof. If anything happens to me, check the safe." Lily's breath caught. What safe? She called the landlord. Asked if Emily had one. He hesitated. Then said, "There's a locked panel in the closet. We always thought it was empty." Lily drove there. Heart racing. She opened it. Inside was a metal box. Taped shut. She peeled it open. Inside were photographs. Documents. Recordings. Names. Dates. Receipts. Even flight logs. And one USB stick. She plugged it into her laptop. It was a recording. Not of Jay. Not of Richard. But someone else. A voice she recognized. A woman. Someone she trusted. Her aunt. Whispering to someone on the phone. "She knows too much. You'll have to handle it. I can't protect you anymore." Lily froze. The call ended with a laugh. Then a name. "Jay will take care of it." Lily stared at the screen. Her hands trembled. The woman who cried at the funeral. Who made Lily tea. Who held her while she grieved. Had sent Emily to her death. For what? For silence. For secrets. Lily knew what she had to do. One more story. One more post. One more name. She opened a blank document. Typed the title, "The Woman Who Helped Kill My Sister." But before she could hit post, her phone buzzed. One message. No name. No number. Just 6 chilling words, "Don't make the same mistake twice." They thought it was over, but the message changed everything. Don't make the same mistake twice. 6 words. Cold. Final. Threatening. Her fingers froze above the keyboard. She looked around the room. Every sound felt louder. Every shadow stretched longer. Her heart pounded in her throat. She was being watched. Lily closed the laptop. Unplugged the webcam. Turned off her phone. They were still out there. Whoever they were. And someone knew. Someone didn't want her to post. But the truth was no longer hers to hold. It belonged to Emily now. To every woman they hurt. To the ones who never got away. She had evidence. A full file. Names. Dates. Voices. And the voice that shattered her the most, her aunt. Lily thought about everything. The fake tears. The sympathy. The casseroles. All while knowing she had sent Emily into a death trap. Lily took the files. Drove to the DA's office. Demanded to speak. This time, they listened. A task force was formed. The documents were authenticated. The voices verified. The timeline rechecked. But then something unexpected happened. Something that turned everything upside down. Richard confessed again. But this time, his story changed. He said he was set up. Said he never wanted Emily dead. Said someone else orchestrated it. That Jay wasn't the mastermind. He was just used. By a woman. A woman who knew everything. Lily sat in the interview room across from Richard. He looked broken. Thin. Sweating. He wouldn't say her name. But Lily knew. Her aunt. Not just complicit. In control. But why? What could she possibly gain from all this? Lily dug deeper. Through court records. Old news clippings. Family documents. And then she found it. A lawsuit. Buried. Settled quietly. Filed 10 years ago by a woman who accused Lily's aunt of financial fraud. She had been embezzling from a women's shelter. The woman was found dead weeks later. Suicide. No diary. No questions. No sister to fight for her. And walked away. With the money. The power. But something in that file caught Lily's eye. A business name. Shadowrise Foundation. Lily blinked. SHADOWRISE. The same route as Shadows, Emily's support group. She reached out to the group admin. Asked about the name. They said the group was started anonymously. Private funding. Lily traced the server. The IP was hidden behind layers. But one of the trail points led to Anne's company. And created the group. But not to help. To watch. To track vulnerable women. And target them. Emily never had a chance. Jay wasn't just a predator. He was a pawn. And Anne. She was the queen. Lily rushed back to the DA. Demanded and be arrested. They said the evidence was circumstantial. Not enough to prosecute. Not yet. Lily needed a confession. So she paid her aunt a visit. Hidden mic, hidden camera. Tea on the table. Like nothing had changed. You look tired, and said. I've been working, Lily replied. Emily deserves justice. And sipped her drink. Raised an eyebrow. She got too curious. Lily's stomach twisted. She trusted the wrong people, and continued. She never learned when to shut up. Like you? Lily asked. Anne's smile faltered. Just for a second. Then she leaned in. Careful, dear. You're making the same mistake. Lily's breath caught. But Anne didn't stop. You think you know everything. But you don't. You think this ends with Jay. Richard. They were the surface. I clean up the messes. That's what I've always done. She stood. You need to let this go. Lily didn't answer. She left. Quietly. Calmly. And turned over the entire recording. The DA called her the next morning. They were issuing a warrant. Within 24 hours, and was arrested. Charged with conspiracy. Obstruction of justice. Accessory to murder. And more. The news exploded. Everyone who knew Anne was shocked. She was the respected one. The generous donor. The smiling aunt. But behind closed doors, she was building a network of silence. Covering for predators. Funding abuse. Emily had found her out. And she died for it. But not in vain. In court, and refused to speak. Pled not guilty. Claimed Lily edited the tapes. But the jury didn't believe her. Lily testified. Held the diary in one hand. The photo of Emily in the other. She trusted her. We all did. But Emily fought back. Even when her voice was taken, she made sure we heard her. And now, she wins. The verdict came down. Guilty. On every count. Life. No parole. Richard. Jay. Anne. All behind bars. The courtroom erupted. Tears. Applause. Silence. Lily walked out into the light. For the first time in 2 years, she breathed. Emily's story was finally heard. Justice was no longer just a word. It was real. Lived. Fought for. A few months later, Lily started a new project. A real support group. Transparent. Safe. She called it Emily's Voice. It was filled with survivors. Advocates. Lawyers. Sisters. Women who would never be silenced again.